Hi, everyone, and welcome to Frank Fridays. We are in the midst of season 3. For those who don't know yet, I am Ellie Hayworth. I am the founder of Hayworth, and I am the co-host of our Frank Fridays. And here we have joining us Carlina Moeller of Art Frankly.
Hello, and welcome back, guys.
So we're very excited today. We have a very special guest, Sade Boyewa, who I am going to kick it over to. Essentially, Sade, we'd love for you to facilitate a quick little introduction and let everybody know a little about yourself.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Happy to be here. Happy Tuesday. My name is Sade Boyewa. I live in Harlem. I am a community activist and organizer. As far as my work in the arts, I guess I would identify myself as a social documentary / portrait photographer.
Awesome. Thank you, Ellie, and thank you, Sade, for being here with us. So question number 1, what keeps driving you forward in the art world?
I'd say to me, being that photography is my medium. Photography is about storytelling and counter storytelling, really. And for me, in this moment in time, really by saying, I would say, the 4th tenet of critical race theory, which has been widely discussed, right? I like to apply this idea of creating new categories and articulating new positions for those of us who have been left out or pushed out of existing ones. With that being said, what truly drives me is really to help young Black and Brown BIPOC youth to realize that photography really is a viable career for them. They too can pick up a camera and tell their own stories from their own perspectives, rather than coming into their communities and telling their stories from that other perspective. This, as well as producing more public art, free art in our community. For me, especially living in Harlem, working on our 2nd iteration of Faces of Harlem this summer. I think it's really important for emerging artists to be included, in a bigger platform. So us having, this exhibition, photography is still, very underrated in the world of fine art. So I think that's in all my mission, just to create art in the community.
Bring the art outside. I always like to believe in that and make it accessible to all.
Yeah.
So what is one challenge that you welcome in your day-to-day professional life?
Challenges. That's a good question. I would say I welcome all challenges. Challenges are really but obstacles that we hold in our minds until we realize them for exactly that, and make sure to manifest everything that we imagine and visualize into reality. There really isn't a challenge too big or too small. I don't believe there is. I think anything and everything is possible. So I welcome any and all challenges. Yeah.
Well, I think this is kind of a fun segue because I think one of the challenges sometimes is geography. So if you were to choose really anywhere to visit that has kind of an artistic DNA to it, whether it's far-flung or local, what would be your destination, Sade?
I think, growing up, I used to spin the globe and just close my eyes. Wherever my finger landed, that's where I would want to go. Talking more about, maybe DNA, personal destination. I would really like to go back to Nigeria, which is part of my. Last time I was there, I started working on a series of work, and it would be a dream to go back there. I mean, with everything that has happened in the past couple of years, traveling has been really difficult and minimalized for most of us. I would it's just different. I mean, traveling for me, I mean, I always perceive myself as a nomad and, would pick up anytime without even a point of destination, right? You just go and, whatever happens along the way, you may have thought you were going to Barcelona, but you end up, in Rome and, you just go wherever. I mean, but yeah, I think going back to Nigeria and even, some neighboring countries, Benin, Cameroon, Togo, Ghana, Senegal, Mali, Sierra Leone, all those places, the West Coast, Cote d'Ivoire. That would be a dream for me. Maybe by car. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, I think we are also looking both macro and micro. And so the fourth question in our interview today is about an art-related activity or a day trip. So certainly I think, the far-flung arts destination sounds like an ideal dream, but what is a way that you would like to spend the day with art on a more kind of intimate basis, if you will, closer to home?
I really love just, waking up in the morning, grabbing my camera, hitting the streets, meeting people that, I'm able to have interesting and beautiful conversations with, just to hear their stories. And from there, be able to make the intimate portrait that really reflects these stories. So I think, just I like to stay in my neighborhood, just make connections with the people here in Harlem and, really get to know who they are. I mean, for me, photography is really something I do more longitudinal. And, I often go back and revisit, people over a period of time. It could be months, years. And, it's really interesting to see, where these people are. They may have had children, something happened in the families, they got a new job, there are always changes. So yeah, that's my day to day. Those are the day trips that I look forward to.
I love that. I love that. And I think there is something to be said about just how rich local community can be, and certainly even just narrowing in on a specific subject over time. So I love both of the responses to those questions. And Carlina is going to round us out with the fifth question here.
Sade, if you could change one thing about the art world, what would it be?
For me, the art world definitely needs to be more diverse and inclusive, and that's across borders. I feel that it needs to be less elitist. Accessibility, funding, absolutely, and visibility, that's definitely imperative. People of color, are substantially underrepresented, in the arts, in so many ways. People don't have access, whether it is for, financial reasons or other. And a lot of these larger institutions, it's a selection process that, to me it's repetitive. We need space. We need, to be able to showcase and sell our work in general. So in my opinion, the art world is, sort of an infrastructure that is still controlled and dictated in a way by privilege and power or profit. And, this is just from blatant kind of structural biases that, unfortunately only favor a few. And I think, if there's something, I could change the framework on, um, this would be it. Um, I really want to see, more youth, like I said before, to be able to have access and accessibility to enter into these fields. That's really important to me.
Well, I think that is both a very strong ending point for us and also something that, in my mind, as we kind of wrap up today's interview, we certainly encourage everyone to take a look at your work. We will certainly share more information about your website. And I think, this kind of through line that we've had over the course of today's talk of storytelling and really honing in on identities that have otherwise been marginalized and don't have the visibility. I think your work really does a lot of amazing, takes a lot of strides in actually bringing out these incredible identities. So I think we appreciate the time that you've taken today to speak with us. And we're excited to share more about your practice.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. And please come out to Harlem. It's a lot of amazing restaurants and, just beautiful places to visit and see. There's so much history. I mean, Harlem is still perceived as the Mecca of the world, right? In terms of the Black Mecca. And there's so much to learn and experience here, and, culturally and, with everything. So yeah, I think people should come to Harlem and visit. And we have the exhibition coming up this summer, August through November again. So yeah, our second iteration of Faces of Harlem. So come one, come all. Bring your friends, bring your family. Yeah, and we have an open call actually going on right now as well. So we're looking for, we're looking for 2 photographers through the open call to submit their work. It's on our Instagram as well as on our website as well. So
amazing. Well, Sade, this has been lovely. We really, really appreciate the time. And we're excited to share this for our Frank Friday season 3.
Yes, thank you for having me. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sade.
Thank you. Bye-bye.